Fit Today with Andrea Metcalf is a production of NBC Fitness. Welcome to Fit Today. I'm your host, Andrea Metcalf. We've got a great show in store for you. Dick Burridge doing 75 push-ups on his 75th birthday and still going strong. We also have the latest updates on heart and stroke risks. Skincare. Did you know that your skin is the largest organ in your body? And we've also got Joanne on the go giving us shopping tips. New class from Crunch Fitness called Body Web, and it's all coming up next on Fit Today. Successful high school athletes, successful businessmen, well, 2 heart attacks later, but back to 75 push-ups on his 75th birthday. And I'm not even going to tell you how old he is today, but I have Dick Burridge with me today, and he is an inspiration. Dick, you've had quite a career. Well, not that it's over, but tell me a little bit about your high school athletics, because this is kind of a great story.
Well, in high school I played basketball, and in those days we had a lightweight team, that kids under 135 pounds, and a heavyweight team, and I played 2 years of lightweight ball, was captain of the lightweight team, ended up second in the West Suburban Conference, and as a heavyweight I played at both Hinsdale, and then family moved to Cincinnati and played my senior year on a team that won the city championship.
And then you also played some football as well, and I think that's where you got injured. Tell us about that experience.
Well, I played a little football, but the practice field was a couple of miles from the high school, so we were trucked out to the field every day. And one day was a little late, ran and jumped on the running board as the truck was leaving. And we got down the road, and the door suddenly came open, and I swung out with the door, but when it swung back and closed, it threw me under the truck, under the wheels. And fortunately, it just pinched my back and threw me out, but nevertheless, it caused some permanent back damage. I experienced a heart attack about 15 years ago and had quintuple bypass surgery.
And heart disease run in your family?
It does. My father suffered from a stroke, and my middle brother died of heart attack, and my oldest brother died of heart disease.
So what were you doing to try and starve off that family relationship with heart disease?
Well, I tried to exercise regularly. I used to run on a regular basis. I tried to watch my diet a little bit, but nevertheless, the genetics caught up with me.
Dick, tell me about your track career.
Well, I ran the 440, and I was outstanding at 400 yards. The last 40 yards, most of the runners passed me. But the major event in my track career was beating Jackie Joyner.
You beat Jackie Joyner.
I beat Jackie Joyner. We both started from the same starting line, of course, and she did 10K at a walk, and I did 5K at a run, and I beat her.
Well, we'll definitely put that down on the record book. That is quite a track career. Tell us a little bit about your fitness regimen to this day.
Well, I work out 3 days a week for an hour each, and I play tennis on Saturdays, and that keeps me in good shape.
Well, I think you were telling me at one point in your career you had some back pain, and so you went to see some specialists.
I did. I had chronic back disease to the point that of total frustration, I could not walk more than about half a block without having to sit down and relieve the pressure. And as a last resort, my son suggested that I go to NBC Fitness, of all places. And in the first encounter with you, you asked me to walk, and I did about 10 steps, and you said it's obvious that your left leg is weaker than your right leg, and we're going to have to work on that. Well, almost from that day forward, the back pain subsided to the point that whereas I was going to chiropractors every 2 or 3 months, and I was taking care of how I reacted and so forth to any sharp and quick motions, to having really complete freedom of my back today.
So
I owe that all to you, Andrea.
I'm glad you think so, but it's your hard work that's paying off and keeping you pain-free. And it's nice to hear, too, that strengthening muscles around the spine can really change how your body feels and moves on a daily basis.
Right.
So, Dick, I know you've had a really incredible life, but what stands out about your 75th birthday?
Well, that is embedded in my brain in no uncertain terms, because under your forced instruction, I did 75 push-ups on my 75th birthday, which I would not like to try to do on my 80th birthday.
Well, then maybe we should do pull-ups on your 80th birthday.
Thanks a lot.
We can start training now. Do you want to give us just a little bit of what those push-ups look like? Can we get you showing us a few push-ups?
Are you kidding?
No. Get down there. Let's see what you got in you. And 1, 2, 3, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79. You're well into the 80s. Thank you, sir. The relationship between heart disease and stroke is hand in hand, and I have with me Dr. Thomas Grabelny, who's a neurointerventionalist. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, neurointerventional field has been developed over the past 10, 15 years, and we're going through the evolution the same as cardiologists evolved treating the acute MI. Basically, MI and stroke go hand in hand.
MI, what is that?
A heart attack.
Myocardial infarction.
That's correct.
Excellent. Can you tell me a little bit of the risk factors for heart disease or a heart attack versus a stroke?
Well, there are a lot of similarities because patients who have heart attacks have a vascular disease, have blockages in blood vessels, and the same many patients with stroke have blockages in blood vessels, but we're talking about blockages in the heart and blockages in the brain.
What are some of the risk factors of cardiovascular disease and strokes?
Yes, those two diseases are related. So the risks are high cholesterol, family history, high blood pressure.
So what are some of the diagnostic tests that you do once you find out that you have high cholesterol, high blood pressure, family history?
I think the next step is a carotid ultrasound. So we know that statistically 70% of all patients with stroke have a carotid disease.
And what exactly is carotid ultrasound?
Carotid ultrasound is a non-invasive study. The technologist places a probe and listens to the blood flow in your neck. So increased velocities of the flow within certain ranges give us an idea how much blockage there is in the carotid artery.
What are some of the symptoms of a heart attack or of a stroke?
Well, those symptoms actually are a little different because classic symptoms of the heart attack is chest pain, chest burning. Symptoms of the stroke are blurry visions, numbness or weakness, but usually affecting one side of the body.
The first is to assess the degree of blockage. If this blockage is in a patient that has had symptoms and is over 50% of blockage, one can discuss two different options. One is open surgery, the other one would be the endovascular type of therapy. If you have high cholesterol, you have high blood pressure, you have a family history, all this would put you at a higher risk. We have not talked about one very important risk factor, which is diabetes. And diabetes is extremely important for us because patients that have that risk factor, high sugar, diabetes, plus high blood pressure, high cholesterol, we always keep an eye for possible clogging of the arteries, and ultrasound is a very good tool to do that. Endovascular surgery starts with us obtaining access to a blood vessel in the body. We usually choose the leg region. From that point on, a tube-like device we call catheter is introduced in the bloodstream. We then advance to the area that the treatment is going to be done. In the case of a blockage in the carotid artery, we would go all the way to the neck with that tube. And much like a subway system, we would be threading through this tube all the devices inside this pipeline to the area where the surgery is going to be done. So you can introduce a balloon catheter, you can introduce a stent, which is a mesh tube device, and then the surgery is all done to this small 2mm incision at the leg region, and done at a distance as far as the neck, or in certain cases we go inside of the brain vessels to open blood vessels inside of the brain or repair aneurysms and vascular malformations that are inside of the brain.
Getting healthy is important to everyone, and sometimes with all the outdoor activities, we forget about our skin. Dr. Stephanie Marshall, a dermatologist, can you please tell us a little bit about the skin?
Well, Andrea, everybody wants nice-looking skin, and to have nice-looking skin, it needs to be healthy. Our skin is the organ that suffers the most from environmental damage, from exposure to the sun, pollution, and even cigarette smoke. The environmental damage, along with time, is cumulative, happens throughout our entire lifetime. 1 million Americans will develop skin cancer this year, and 90% of those are directly related to sun exposure. 80% of the signs we associate with aging are related to sun exposure.
Well, how can we prevent skin cancer and those signs of aging?
Well, the first thing you can do is use a sunscreen every day, and not everyone does that. In fact, very few people do that. Use a skincare line that contains an ingredient that prevents further damage and repairs damage. The Nia 24 line that we have here contains proniacin, a member of the vitamin B3 family. It penetrates into the skin where it repairs cellular damage. It increases the metabolism of the cell and cellular turnover, which prevents further damage. Their SPF 30 sunscreen not only contains a sunscreen, but it also contains the proniacin molecule, which allows us to protect the skin, repair the skin, and prevent further damage all in one step.
This is kind of like your strength training and cardio routine for your skin. Any last tips?
Well, make it a commitment. You have to do this on a daily basis. You have to commit to it, just like good nutrition and exercise. It's a lifestyle change for some people, so you need to make a commitment to have fit skin today.
And every day. Don't forget about your skin. It is an important part of the body, just like your heart, your muscles, and of course your spirit.
Hi there, I'm Leslie with Fit Today, and we're here at Relax the Back in Chicago. We're going to learn about a bunch of new products that'll help us ease the pain in our back, and Marianne is going to help us.
Hi, Leslie.
Hi.
Let's start here. This is what's called a zero-gravity recliner. If you have a seat, I'm going to recline you. This will put you in a neutral position. It elevates your knees up higher than your heart, and it has an open angle there between your hips and your shoulders. It puts you in a weightless position, which actually takes all the pressure out of your spine.
I do feel it.
Yeah.
I feel great.
It's almost an immediate feeling when you sit into a zero-gravity chair.
Okay, and next I noticed this unique looking object. What's this for?
Trigger points. If you have one in between your shoulder blades there, this Theracane will apply the pressure and just dissolve the knot, so to speak, right out of the area anywhere in your body where it's located.
I feel it. I can do that.
Isn't it great?
Great.
Isn't it?
Now, you can use this pretty much anywhere, I would imagine, including the office, where so many of us spend so much time. So tell me about the office chair you have here.
Our office chairs here are fully adjustable. What we like to do is make sure that we can custom fit an office chair for any person. You seem to be a little bit taller, so we'd like to make sure that you have enough leg room and enough support in your back. This way, when you're performing your daily functions, the chair is going to do all the work, and you're not going to have to bring your body and place problems on your low back or shoulders when you're working.
Okay. And then, you know, we're done with our work day and it's time to get in the car and drive home. We spend a lot of time commuting, many of us, so what's this here?
This is what's called the sacroease. What this is it sits right in the car. I'll show you here. It's got a seat in the back, and the thing in the seat is where most of the problem comes from, the car seat not leveling our hips off. So this will get your hips in a level position, and then we can bend this to where the natural curve in your back is.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So this way it gives it a custom fit, and it'll fit right into your seat, and you'll be able to drive and be a little bit more pain-free on the long commute.
Okay, and we get home and we're ready to hit the sack, and what do we do when we're sleeping to help us get rid of some back pains?
Poor sleep posture is another problem that has a lot of back pain. Here we have a couple of pillows, and these, if you see, they're designed that they're different sizes. And we would like to get you to measure you, whether you sleep on your side or your back, you'd be sleeping in a different posture than on either way. So we want to make sure that it's the right fit for the right person.
It cradles you to sleep.
Exactly.
Wonderful. Well, thank you. These are fantastic products, and we really appreciate it. And thanks to Relax the Back.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
I wanted to weigh in today at Meijer's store and go grocery shopping with you because it's so important to make sure we keep great healthy things in our cart. We'll look at fresh things as well as things off the shelf, all geared to make a healthy diet easier and quicker for living. The biggest lifesaver in my freezer are soy crumbles. They're meatless alternative, and don't tell me they don't taste good, because they really do. They make life easy. You can cook with them, you can bake with them. Use them for chili, for kid-tested recipes like Sloppy Joe's. It works in spaghetti sauce. Very great thing to have in your freezer, on the go, healthy. Second, alternative new from Healthy Choices, paninis. Fancy word for a sandwich. Love these things. You can make them in the microwave or in the oven. Less than 320 calories, low fat, tastes good. Definitely check into it. The point is always look for things in the freezer especially that you can keep at home to make your life easier. This is one of the best things you can keep on hand at home in the freezer. Sweet potato fries, especially during the work week when you don't want to spend the time to make it yourself. I don't even want to do it on the weekend either, but in either case, great healthy alternative to keep on hand at all times. One of the things I love to keep on hand are smoothies, especially if I don't want to make them. And Light and Fit from Dannon is a great alternative because it's a smaller bottle, but it's only 70 calories per serving, which is great, which is the whole bottle. Also 5 grams of protein. I love having these for on the go during breakfast and also for a snack. Try them out, keep them on hand to get fit today. Fresh fruit, always the #1 choice in any weight loss and healthy program. And sometimes it is a little hard to bring it with, so why not pick up fresh prepared fruit? It's not extra expensive and it's a lot better for you. Look for different varieties, look for what's in season, always change it up, but make fruit a standard part of your Fit Today program.
Hi, I'm Dave with Fit Today. I'm here with Lois at Crunch Fitness in Chicago, where they offer the Body Web class using the TRX training system. Lois, tell us about your class.
All right, excellent. The class is TRX, and it actually uses these nylon straps. That's the piece of equipment. Our class is all called Body Web. And the great thing about it is it uses your body mass and the different working angles. So they're right ahead. They're going into their row. Excellent. Guys, why don't you go ahead and add in your squat.
So by the positioning of my feet makes it more difficult or less difficult, so that no matter what your fitness level, it's going to be a great workout for you.
Absolutely. So your feet are a little bit more under the anchor, Dave, so the workout's going to be a little bit harder. Antonio's feet are back a little bit, so it's going to be a little bit easier workout. That way people of all different fitness levels can jump in our class and they still get a good workout.
And it's truly a full body workout too,
Yeah,
correct?
excellent. Good, guys. So go ahead and walk forward and go ahead and do your chest press.
Okay.
Excellent. Good. Make sure you keep your abdominals nice and tight. Good. Excellent. And you can even add a stagger step in there, Dave. So the workout's going to be a little bit easier. You get a little bit more of a push from your legs as well.
Sure do.
You guys want to go ahead and go back and go ahead and do the squat in the row?
Now, what's something I really want to be conscious of when I'm doing my squat here?
When you're doing your squat, you definitely want to keep your heels grounded on the floor, kind of relax your toes a little bit, and just really think about keeping your abdominals nice and tight. It is a total body workout, and the abdominals are definitely the connection there, so you do want to keep them tight.
Great. Thanks so much, Lois. I can tell that's a really great class.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks for joining us.
The most important thing in life is to be honest with yourself, so that if you can be comfortable with what you're doing, saying, and attempting to achieve, life is a lot easier.
Those were words of wisdom from Dick Burridge. You have to be comfortable with yourself. And we've learned so much more today about our heart and about our skin and how to shop on the go, as well as a new training system. Join our club, fittodaytv.com, where you can win weekly prizes and get emails from us every week on the latest and greatest information. We'll see you next week on Fit Today.